What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium where I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is the return of RimWorld. This is RimWorld Royalty. I'd assume that's an expansion. The song is called Alignment, requested by Justin over on Patreon. Thank you. Composed by Alistair Lindsay. And anything else I should know here? Ludian Studios and Lindsay Audio Services from the channel Martin. So this will be the third time I check out RimWorld, but the first time I check out Royalty, as far as I'm aware. And the only thing I remember from RimWorld that it was kind of ambient and chill, but there was lots of real guitars in it, so like acoustic and some even like slide guitars as well. So I wonder if I'm gonna hear that again. Either way, it's a little bit of a mysterious game to me. It seems to be all in space from the screenshots I've seen. And that's a space wine glass. Alignment. 3, 2, 1, go. First thing we hear. Sounds like a parlor guitar. They're like smaller, they're like this big. That's why it sounds a little tinny. And that sounds like an entirely different acoustic guitar. There's way more body on it. You can tell that's like mic'd up. It's not direct. There's like a microphone right next to the sound hole. Big change in the... Clearly they're a guitar fan, and they have multiple. You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like a saloon in space. Yeah, that's a big change. So what I'm hearing is like during that intro slash whatever we just heard, that signal is down the middle, but when it comes to this part, the new acoustic guitars are pan both. So it goes from to. Percussion's very low. Oh, this is new. Electronic bass. And just a hint of synthesizer. Yeah, you can totally tell now the signal is like... That's catchy. If they go back to the acoustics, which I'm assuming is next, listen to how it goes to the sides. Should be after this one. Oh, wait a minute. Now we have everything. Full stereo. Vocals. a beautiful sounding acoustic. The chords, the ones on the side. I just noticed there's a tambourine on the left side. RimWorld has such a unique sound to it. I can't explain it. It's like somewhere between like sci-fi, calm folk. Not Western per se, but you know, it has like a twang to it. You know, it actually reminds me of something. There's a couple of videos I've done for a game called Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. It's like if I were to hear that, but with more ambience. Now, I'm not sure if this does take place in space. It's just all the screenshots I've seen have been like in outer space or like the moon or something back there. So I can only assume. But also the whole like floaty nature of it sort of sounds like that too. So yeah, it has like a calm yet elegance to it. And I actually really like the vocals they threw in at the end there because it made it feel like a full song instead of just a loop. Clearly, as I said before the song started, like there's an emphasis on, you know, stringed instruments, acoustic instruments. And it seems like of all kinds, parlor guitars, acoustics, different size of acoustics. I'm not sure if I've heard any nylon yet, but it's all seems to be steel string stuff. A parlor guitar is like, just think of it as a small one. So the first guitar you hear would be like, and it may not necessarily be a parlor. It could just be like a 3/4 size or a toy one even, doesn't matter. It's just something that's smaller. You can tell it has like less oomph, no bass. And just has more of a twang to it. And then when the big chords come in, you can tell it's a full body acoustic, or a dreadnought as they call it, or my favorite shape, the auditorium. I should buy one of these because it's always been my favorite. I never owned one, and it's kind of fitting. So yeah, it has like this whole space western thing, and that's kind of unique. You don't really hear that too often. Because if I were to think, what would those two genres or themes sound like, I guess this would be pretty close. So yeah, it just seems like there's a big guitar fan over there at Alistair Lindsay's place. I don't know if this is them performing it as well, but not much else besides that. It's just one of those songs where, you know, I'll tell you what this does for someone like me. And that's, believe it or not, in 20 years of playing guitar, I was going to say I've never owned an acoustic, but it's not true. Because I owned one in 2019 for 3 months, and then I sold it to someone who would use it more than I did. I've always like wanted, and I've always wanted one. I've always wanted to like be proficient at one. I mean, I can play one, but I don't have enough like experience with one to say that I'm like a decent acoustic guitar player. It's way different than nylon. I've been doing that for 10 years plus. That's different. That's nylon strings, finger style, a lot of flamenco style strumming. I'm talking like big, you know, just simple chords. And I grew up listening to a lot of virtuoso, like acoustic style, like Tommy Emmanuel, Antoine Dufour, Manelli Jamal, like all these really cool strictly acoustic guitarists. So every time I hear stuff like this, it just makes me think, damn, how do I still not have one, you know? But the thing is, when it comes to acoustics, I don't know, I'm just going on the side tangent here because it reminded me of it. When it comes to acoustics, they're so, in my opinion, they're so bulky and loud. You know, I don't have the luxury of just, you know, being as loud as I want. I have neighbors just like anyone else, and they're so huge, right? They're like that thick, and so you have to kind of like play out here. They're a little uncomfortable if I'm being serious, but they've always just sounded so nice, and I've always just appreciated how it can sound. It's one of the most recognizable sounds in the world, and a lot of my favorite songs have it. And yet, I don't know. I just think it's funny that I never really owned one. I owned one for like a review, and then sold it immediately. So, anyways, alignment from RimWorld Royalty. Don't know if this character, which the art looks cool by the way, I don't know if this character has anything to do with this song, or if it's just thumbnail. But let me know more about it. What does alignment mean? I really enjoyed it. I'm a guitar player, so I like to hear all these. I like to hear panning and the way different stereo techniques are used, and the slight percussion with the shaker and the tambourine. All good stuff. All good stuff. So that's. I'm trying to remember the other one. So that's alpaca, Seda, I think. And now alignment. Need more. I think there's still more. There's a handful of requests. Anyways, thank you to Justin. Thanks to everyone that you see here. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. Peace.